Frick? Is it a wow? I started this stream with what the frick? Cool. It's a bear. Wait, a voice crack. Nice. I've not talked much today. Actually, I think the only time I've spoken today was calling my mom. So this is like good of a voice warm up, I guess. How's your day going so far? Shoot, man, I just realized like I haven't talked for like the past 3 days ish. Maybe to myself. I'll like I've been talking to like if I bump into things, I apologize to them. Yes, fine. I'm so excited. If everything goes well, we should be done on Monday. I'm gonna get a little cake this weekend. We have to remember. I'm gonna do an individual page for the last one, so we're gonna do 4 cylinders on this page. Working on my art parents. I need some more human references because I have a lot of creature design. I need to diversify a little bit. Because like I think the only people I have for like human character stuff, like cartoonish, non-realistic, is Ryoko Koi from shoot, Dungeon Meshi. Don't know why I blanked on that one. That's like probably my favorite human designs. I'm definitely noticing a huge trend throughout a lot of my art, which I've always recognized, but like seeing it here is it's pretty neat. Um, I started working on my art parents day because I was like, you know what, I just want to chill. I watched Dandadan. That's another one. Who's the creator of Dandadan? I would do Q Hayashida, but I don't think they're an art parent for me. As much as I love Dorohedoro and Die Dark, uh, I don't think they're like an uncle. I think I do like the technology that they draw, so maybe I could add it in there. Doubling down with creatures, or are you hoping to draw humans as well? I'm hoping to draw humans. In fact, I really love drawing humans slash the human figure. I think the reason why I don't have many artists is because I'm scared of drawing human faces a lot. Um, like, oh, really bad. Also, is it structured like a family tree? Kind of, yeah. I'll explain more in a second, but hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well. It's currently 7:30 p.m. Central Time. We are back. The exam today went okay. I changed 3 of my answers at the or 5 of my answers at the very end and lost 6 points, which I'm very upset about. I could have gotten a very, very good grade if I didn't do that. It was last minute. It was so stupid. But like, it's recoverable. I've played this game 6 times before. We will do better, or at least do our best. Yeah, let's get warmed up. I forgot to set my camera. Oh no. I'm so glad I caught that. Oh. Okay, cool. Yeah, so my camera is panned to the left. Like it's zoomed in and panned to the left. But when I start up OBS, it resets that. I've played these games. That's kind of my reaction to this semester. I'm trying not to let it turn into apathy and senioritis. But at this point, I just can't care. Like, for my health and for the like my new lease on life of things I ought to care about, which is family, friends, legitimate career, and hobbies. If I get a bad grade in a poli-sci class, it's just gonna happen. Now am I gonna fight? Hell yeah. I'm gonna study hard, but like I'm not gonna do it at a detriment anymore. I'm just gonna let it be. But yeah, so my PureRef right now, it's PureRef, and every image has the artist's name and its hyperlink. So like it's usually their Instagram, Blue Sky, or Twitter. And what I'm going to try to do is organize it in north, south, east, west, or at least grouping. Because right now I have like Texturing is a big one. You'll see that with Kurumi Stormpin and Hataya, and a little bit of J Sento or Sento J earlier. But then you get into creature design, which is still the territory of very much Hataya. I'd call Kurumi a little bit less I mean, it's creature design, but like more so like realistic animals, right? Like ones in our world. And I would also put draw sessions in that category. I don't include them that much in texture because even though they have phenomenal, like top of the line realism textures, once again, it's not as bad. It's just I don't want that to be my parent. And then like in the other direction, we have creature design. So you see a lot of that with Hataya, these fantastical creatures. And that's where we get into like the anthropomorphic animal category with Sento J. And then even on the furthest side, we have Turan Fiddler. And somewhere like in the middle of all of these is Nagabe. Ryoko Koi is adjacent to Turan Fiddler and Hataya, and also Nagabe. Did I say no? No. Is that how you want to walk into the stream, Cat? Is that your choice? I'm forgetting like a couple more artists, but yeah, I could rant about all. Oh, panel per day. So we start getting to like the humans and stuff, and a little bit of like pockets. I forgot how much I adore the Dun 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 style. Kavel music already on it. How's your day going so far, Kat? Bear, if I do end up sending the Pura file, I will warn you of how like blatantly homosexual half of the stuff in there is. That's why I'm like debating on sending it. But that's just a warning. There's no nudity or like explicit nudity. And I'm gonna try to make sure there's no like actual nudity. It's just like yeah, stuff like that. But I want to find one for color. Trend Fiddler is a big one for color, but I've never looked into it a ton. You'll find that a lot of my favorite art is grayscale, two-tone. I feel like I have to put that out there, and when I send it, I will. But Kat said, "Your day was good, and it was decent. Nice. My day, I wish I got a higher grade on my political science exam, but for how much I studied, I don't. I don't know. I always want more. Who wouldn't want more, right? But and I feel like I can't say I worked hard. But I feel like that's self-sabotage, and that's not acknowledging that, oh, I stayed up later a couple nights to read and to make Quizlets and to study and do practice tests. So I'm going to do more next time, though. Look through. Yeah, I'd say like trends as practical. Sento J is like, probably on par. Yeah. I mean, they've literally drawn with each other and stuff, so like done collabs. That is loud music. I don't think Undertale, I appreciate it. I'm just skipping. I'm skipping for right now. I'm not going to say the grade because you guys are going to get mad at me and be like, you're complaining about that, but I'm upset. And hey, I scored it's a B plus. I won't say the exact number, but it's a B plus. But like, also, I don't really. Okay, I do care about grade, of course, but the thing I care about more than grade is class distribution. I'm not gonna ask because I already knew it's gonna be like decent enough. Eventually, my roommates stopped asking me, or like, they resolved themselves to understand that Cav would always be upset with his grades. Yes. Because, like, the questions that I could have gotten an A. I could have gotten an A if I just didn't change my answers at the end. And one of the questions I like, I want to argue about. I'm gonna go to his office hours and talk to him about it. I don't expect him to change my grade, but like, I don't know. Arguing about it helps me cope. But like next time, if I study even longer, actually, that's the thing. This was an instance where like, would studying more could have helped me, but you know, yeah. My math teacher in high school said never change your answers, or like unless you have definitive proof that it is the like 100%, you can change it. Otherwise, just default to no. And I thought I was better than that this exam. But yeah, no, we scored in the upper bound 75th percentile the third quarter. So if there's a curve, I'm going to be very cool. The average was like a 72. So like that's a pretty good average from what I've experienced. I don't think he's going to curve or anything. I remember that happening to me. Immediately looked up the answers after I went out of the classroom. When I was walking into my political science exam, there's this group of people coming out from a chemistry exam, and they were fighting, like actually yelling at each other about questions and the answers. And like, I get it. After my physics exams, my roommates and I would argue. We would go to a boba shop, a tea shop, and we would sit there for hours arguing about, or like, okay, not, we would be there for like an hour or two, but like a lot of that was just like, no, it's this. And then my one roommate who like did really well in the exams would be like, no, it's this answer. And we'd be like, ah. But yeah. And so, have some big assignments coming up, and I don't have as much free time as I'd like, but I care about these assignments. I have some excitement for doing them. And I love assignments compared to exams. So. But hey, we're gonna do better next time. We're gonna get that A. I need an 89 on the next exam to keep, because I have a 92 in the course right now. We have 3 more exams remaining. We gotta keep it up. Come on. Are we gambling tomorrow? Sadly not. We need to start coming, because like I feel bad because like I want to do 50% Fridays where sometimes we spin the wheel, sometimes we don't. But you guys like deserve to use your points, right? You guys have any good like ideas? I'm not gonna do song requests. But if you have any good ideas for point recommendations, let me know. Also, today was the first time I relogged into the Kavel Twitter account, because that does exist, and I posted for the first 3 days, and then I thought I was gonna like quit on the 3rd day of streaming, so I stopped posting. Stretch and hydrate. I will get to those after this line. I was asking for it, wasn't I? In fact, I need to turn the wheel redemptions off because we're kind of full right now, and I don't want to. But yeah, tomorrow I just want to texture stuff. Have fun with a little alligator. I want a system where like points encourage you guys to draw somehow. You found it? Oh my god, that yes, the same ad as the YouTube and Twitch. I need to make the Instagram already just so I can have the handle, even though I guess I should talk about this on stream, even though I talked about this in the Discord. I just don't like the practices of Meta or X, the everything app, Twitter, any of those. I don't like them. I don't like how it's structured, and that like, sure, an algorithm is necessary to help serve us content and algorithm, but like those are predatory, and I feel like I'm not in control of the kind of content I want to see unless I have to game the algorithm by interacting with specific posts just to like add weights and such. Yeah, like and so I'm just gonna make a personal website just to host my content. And yeah, I mean, and I kind of like it because I never wanted to make an Instagram or a Twitter for discoverability. I just have gotten people from time to time asking, "Hey, where do you keep all your art? I want to see your progress." Are you doing something for Halloween? Art event and server. Are we? Do you mean like are we doing something on the channel or on the server? Yeah. What was the art? Bear, you've been making some great suggestions as of quote unquote recent. Um, for here and there. I suggested that we make Halloween themed drawings for October 31st. I love that. In fact, I'm willing to like pause whatever we're doing if I'm streaming that day. Do we have an exam that day? October 31st. No, I don't. In fact, that's a pretty light week. Oh no, I have a project presentation that Monday. But that's a Friday. It's a Friday Halloween. Oh heck yeah. That's gangster. That is awesome. If I partied. I'll dress up as Stan Prokopenko for a stream. I'm not going to turn on my camera, but or like my face cam, but you guys can know that I look like Stan Prokopenko, or like I dressed up. I don't look like him normally. I'm a white dude with a beard. What do you want from me? This song I like, but dude, it sounds like a ringtone. Ringtone music instantly turns me off. I don't know what to the music. I better spin the wheel. No, we're probably gonna do the Halloween thing. Oh, you like want a Halloween wheel? I don't know. I'd rather do like a silly gravel, Halloween gravel. You spin the wheel. Be cool if I made a persistent wheel, so it has every recommendation ever, so it acts as a secondary prompt tool. Halloween wheel does seem cool, but like I also will probably just want to draw what I want. And plus, the Drawbox Promptathon will be coming up around then. And so I will already be, I think it's like November, right? I'll be pressed for drawings, drawing prompts. I realize how much I've like neglected the Drawbox community. I've not been reading up. Like I used to read Lieutenant General every day, and now it's every like couple days. Then go make your own streams, Cat. Go carve your own path. Be the streamer you want to see in the world. And then when you realize you get a headache every stream, like 15 minutes in, and you have to take Advil, you're like, oh. That's not true. It's every 3 streams. There will be a point though. I will have to just like I like streaming a lot. I like hanging out with you guys a lot. But there will be a point that despite my like judgment, I should stop streaming. Like I'm going to want to do it for a long time, but I feel like at some point I should just stop. I don't know why. I just have like this intuition that like at some point I just turn off the camera or like make it extremely infrequent. I like doing it though, so for now at least, we'll keep streaming. Yeah, I think Delano server just nabbed a lot of my attention. I've seen Sadie successfully keep up with both in the community, which I honestly like look up to her that in that regard. I like first of all, I felt extremely awkward in the Drawbox server. Like I don't know, it was hard for me to make conversation or join conversations, so I just kind of lurked instead. Like people are super kind and accepting there, and like whenever I post my crow videos, they're super nice. But maybe it's because I just look up to a lot of those artists, like Soko. Oh my god, I've never talked to Soko, but like, not gonna pull a Vinny. I wish I knew what pulling a Vinny is, but I don't. And I should know it. And right as you say, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I wonder how many students have asked him that before. Nice. Line work improving. I'm gonna take a sip of water real quick. Like I said, I wasn't joking about the headache, or I was joking that I have to take medicine every day for stream headaches. Why? But he's been streaming for 15 years. Yeah, that makes sense. I forget. But then like I click on a VOD and I think it's like a recent one and it's from like 2015 and it's like his old like really crusty mic. He sounds practically the same, which is weird. Like you'd expect voices to change over that much time. Another thing about it, like Germa has changed, not necessarily for the better or for worse. He just has changed. Markiplier has, but like Vinny, I feel like has remained. Same thing with Joel, actually. I feel like Joel, maybe he's a bit less loud. But then again, I'm not watching all of Joel's stuff. Maybe Vinny becomes the next streamer. I watched through his video evolution, has been consistently the same person. And hey, if it ain't broke, except more tired. Yeah, I bet he really put up with chat a lot less, for sure. I feel like after the 8th year of streaming, you're allowed to just shit on chat all the time. Oh yeah, Germa technically hasn't been streaming that long, right? Because he was a YouTuber before. When did Germa start streaming? I don't know. I don't know my Germa lore. I love Radio Aesthetic. Let me guess, this is yeah, Oxid Free. Oxid Free, I really loved the vibe a lot. I feel like it let me down at some point, but other than that, started in 2011 and fully transitioned in 2016. Shout out Germa. Oh yeah, I forgot to stretch. I'll stretch. I drank the water, but I didn't stretch. I just looked out the window while stretching. I'm the only in like the. It has to be like, let's say 50 windows, 70 windows. I'm the only one with the light on. What the hell? I think maybe my neighbor next to me. I can't see, but like I see the reflection of their lights in someone else's window. That's. Oh wait, no, I see someone's monitor is on. So that's weird. Curfew Kavel. I guess so, jeez. My campus puts up signs at respective parts of the year to remind you to turn your lights off at a certain time to help birds migrate back home, which I never even thought about until I came to college. All right, okay. There's so like I said, there's a bunch of ducks at the park, and there's a pond right next to the park that's connected. So like if the ducks don't feel safe in the park, they can go to their pond where people typically like don't go. They just can't, right? You'd be stupid if you went over there. And every I think for the past 2 years, so not freshman year, I've seen them fly away. I'm not sure if it's like actual migration or they're just like going, but I see like a huge flock, the V shape. And it's always, I can't remember the time of year. I've recorded one. I have a recording on my old phone of them leaving, and it makes me sad because like the morning without bird sounds really sucks in my opinion. And I know like grackles don't have a particularly enjoyable sound, just like the ending of this song. It's really tickling the back of my brain. Um, I still like hearing them though. I like hearing the various birds of my area because it gives the morning some life. But then like winter comes and the cloud is like covering everything all the day, and the trees have no leaves, and like I have to bundle up just to go to the gym. Should we do a scary stories Halloween episode one day? I don't have any scary stories. I feel like it's a cop out. All streamers have cool scary stories. Like I don't have any unexplained phenomena of my life. Which is weird because where I live, there's a lot of folklore. I just realized in my entire life, I don't think I've ever like said the word folk on its own until now. But then I realized I say folklore from time to time. Folklore. Have your relatives ever told you stories to keep you away from things? My mom's side is like Germanic. So I was probably told like something of that, but like no, yeah, no, no, like there's a demon in the woods, right? I've never been told that. Um, I remember one time we were staying in a hotel, in Chicago. My parents tried convincing us it was haunted. I really wish though, because like that builds character. I'm lying to my kids. If I ever have kids, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, there's little gnomes in the forest that'll cut off your toes if you go too far away. Yep. See, that's a totally believable one to like to stop your kids from going too far into the woods. I did grow up during the era of like the transition from it's safe to play outside and have fun to like watch out for the white van. Whenever my mom sees a moth, she tells me that's her father passing by. Interesting. Is this some folklore associating like past souls with moths? I like that a lot. I'll have to ask my parents for some scary stories one time. You almost drowned. Oh goodness. I'm not sure, but I think her family side is still is very superstitious. Makes sense. I'm trying to think, the like only lies my parents told me were like, if you turn on the light in the back of the car, the police will like come after us. Same thing with the hazards on the dash. Dude, when I first started learning to drive, and I was like, wait, what does this do? And my dad's like, oh, that's the hazards. It sets both the blinkers on. I'm like, oh, I was like 14, 15 when I learned that. Recently went to my grandmother's spirit doctor and diagnosed the hell out of us. Ooh. I've always wanted to do what's it called? They like read palm reading. I want to do palm reading. I wonder because like I don't. A lot of people tell me I don't look like how I act or behave at all. So I wonder if that'll trip them up. Because conventionally, right? A lot of these places target you based off your looks, behaviors. They ask very vague questions and let you fill in the gaps. So I wonder what they would do about me. I'm debating if I add panel or not panel per day. They're already in my art parents Chroma MoMA because I still love robots, but I'm not sure if it's Chroma MoMA's zone that I want to go in. Even though I really love Chroma MoMA stuff, it's weird because like I love these artists a lot, but I'm not sure if I want them to be my art parents. But while we consider this question, let's sit up here and do 2 minutes of ads. So be right back, guys. Nico Robin is on vacation. So how does that work? Like, can you not interact with your people? Bird. Oh, my bird's gonna be back in 4 minutes. I spend my money so fast in Finch. Oh, I have so much homework to do this weekend. Why do I always do that? Oh wait, ads aren't even over. Cool. What's up? I don't have the ability to travel yet. You're staying in Hawaii? Oh, hell yeah. Hot take, but if I was offered a flight to Hawaii versus New York, I'm taking Hawaii. Is that a hot take? I don't know. Yeah, I've always wanted to go. Oh, you've been? Hell yeah. I have a friend that's from Hawaii. And when he moved to this state for the state that I am in for college, and I was like, hey, how are you enjoying this state? And he's like, it's much faster. Like, is that a good thing or a bad thing? He's like, it's faster. And I'm like, oh, yeah. So, um, but hey, I forgot to actually get out my paper. Be back. Whoa, who brought the theremin? What the hell? One thing I like my escapism slash intrusive thought more so, as of reason is why can't the whole world just like slow down? Like I know that's a very common sentiment and it's not new. It's trivial, but please just let's go a little bit less fast. New Jersey. I had a boss from New Jersey. That's what I'm saying. Uh he's from New Jersey and anytime I worked in a kitchen, right? And so like when the expo, which is something I was, which is a person who stands in between like the servers and the cooks, the line cooks. So you're in charge of reading out the ticket and then double checking that they made everything correctly and setting it all up for the servers. That's what an expo does. And so sometimes my boss or the manager, he would help me expo, and so he would read out the tickets instead of me. So he'd be like, "Walking in, we gotta." I can't do the accent, but all I remember him saying is like, "Here, wait, I gotta go on camera for this." Taking the ticket out of the thing, going like, "Shh," because like you want to crease it down the middle to more easily stick it in the thing. And he goes, "Walking in, we got a cheeseburger, no fry, curly fries. Hold it on the side." I love that guy so much. He's a legend. Did he slow me down by doing that? Yes. But like he's doing my job for me. So how like wait, is that just New York? No, because he was from New Jersey, but like is that just a New York accent? No. Oh, Outer Wilds. Guys, if I die, because we're not sure. Not sure about that yet. Um Play Outer Wilds at my funeral. Yeah, because there's like I may I may be confusing it for like the Boston accent, Boston, Massachusetts. Let's do a big cylinder, a low to high degree, low foreshortening, medium foreshortening. Just like chunk right here, just for. Let's go slightly turn to the left. Oh my gosh, I can watch City tonight. Oh my gosh, I can watch City tonight. That's a treat. Actually, I'm not sure because like last episode 6 ended and made me a little bit sad in a good way. So they make up for it huge. I want to see more of the gang, the big three. I feel like episode 6 didn't have too much of that. I'm really hoping the locket that I don't remember her name has Yuko. Is that her name? Yuko. Yep. No. Is it what? No, that's Ninja Joe. Dang it. Dang it. Wait. Nagumo. Midori Nagumo. Yeah. Nagumo is inside of the locket of Nikura. Yeah. Uh, yeah, Nikita's locket has Midori Nagumo. The amount of times you've posted like the gifs and then saying their names, I should remember. It's a disservice. Yuko. I was thinking of like, oh man, my roommate really loves funny stuff, right? But like, and it was, so I like, oh, okay, Nichijou. But like, the problem with Nichijou or City is like, there's a lot of culturally like Japanese jokes in there that require lots of explanation, or like background, more so than I think literally any other anime I've watched. Like for Don to Don, I had to explain to him, or like I didn't have to, but I did anyways. Um, what an otaku is, what honorifics were in Japanese. Japanese obsession with like American occult stuff. Yeah, yeah. I'd say a lot of it is, yeah. Especially like Wako Itsuzumi. I think that's it. Wako, and then I can't remember the name of the girl in Nichijou who's like a parallel of her. Where yeah. I mean, even that's like a lot of Japanese humor compared to American humor, which we like rely on like sarcasm, um, or stuff like that. Yeah, isn't sarcasm just like not a popular or even like just a non-existent thing in Japanese comedy sphere culture? I don't know. I feel like I've seen a video talking about this before, but that is like in no way a valid basis for making these kind of questions. Simpler times when we thought, haha, piano goes down and crash. I still think that's funny. But it's more of yeah, it's a bit more like, oh, it's funny because that's what they did in the kids' cartoons. Yeah, you get so many bonus points for me in comedy if you can. I'm not sure if it's lazy or not, but like creatively work in references to Oh, really loony? You got censored for loony and for bullying, dude. I'm adding that as a permanent term. You guys are now allowed to call Kavel draws loony whenever you want. This feels okay, but what else? Oh, I had to explain to my roommate what talismans were, like the little paper that was protect warding off spirits. Or this thing, I don't say it like I had to. I just explained it to him to help him with context. He probably knew a lot of this stuff. He's a pretty smart. He is like scarily smart, especially with like the knowing of things. Like I said, I'm not gonna say his major. I don't think he's cool with me talking about that. But like I've talked about like how good he is with like organizing spaces and stuff. And like he walked into my room the day we moved in. He was like, "Oh, you're facing which way am I facing?" I always have to think for a second. That's south. So I'm facing like northeast. Um he's like, "You're facing northeast, so the sun is gonna like hit this part of the room and it's gonna like wake you up this way." I'm like, "Oh my god, how did he like that's smart." Sadly, since I don't have his go ahead to talk about his major, I'm not gonna confirm nor deny anything, but one can make a guess, right? And one yeah. But you know, he's like crazy, crazy smart. And I would say like intelligent. Knowledgeable and intelligent, right? He has the knowledge of many things and he knows how to apply them quite well. And he's a hard worker, so he's kind of like, don't mess with this guy. He texted me last night. He was like, he was like, is tonight a stream 240 or cylinder 247 night? And I'm like, sadly, no. An exam the next day. If you ask me, he's only in it for the cake that I'm going to buy for 250. No. I'm considering getting candles and doing that on stream, but I feel like that could set off my fire alarm. And my room doesn't just have fire alarms; it has like the sprinkler system, which my old apartment didn't have, and so I'm not trying to. It's like aimed right at my PC too, so I'm not gonna try to. Wait for that line to dry. And guys, we're gonna have to sweat on our 250th cylinder. Ooh, voice crack. Like there is no way. I'm letting that one go easily. I haven't posted in the Drawbox server for a while, so I'm gonna wait till that day and be like, guys, it's the 250th. Methinks this was rectangular, this edge too long. Ooh. Okay. Today I was listening to, I don't know if it's the name of the genre or something. I was listening to like light music. That's what it's called. It's like the movies your grandparents' parents used to watch, so your great grandparents or something. Like this just like big band orchestral, very beautiful romantic stuff today. I forgot this genre of music existed and I can just listen to it whenever I want. I don't have to go to like my grandmother's house and like hope she's playing some old western or something. Shout out Ennio Morricone, by the way. Is it Morricone? Morricone? I don't know. Oof, it's one of these lines. These are tough. Bleh. I've really been in my gremlin noise era. I don't like that I used the word era, I'm sorry. But like it's true. There's an artist I saw a while ago. I'm trying to remember them. I'm like going through my potential art parents as I draw. They had really good color, and I can't remember who they are. I think PCAT had a video about them once. Possibly. Shut up, PCAT. I'm gonna put in like an honorable mention section of just artists that. Oh, Risk of Rain. God dang it! This is supposed to be calm, dude. Risk of Rain, please. That was not necessary. Man, I miss my old desk light that I used to have for streaming. Now I have to have my big ol' titty light, whatever it's called. I kind of regret calling it titty light, but that's what I mean. That's what it is. It's one of the titty lights, and it's just like it doesn't get enough light to my desk for it to not like have some weird noise whenever I stream. Um, and my shadows casted onto the paper. We got to do this line first. Also, watch the newest episode Dawn to Dawn today. Once again, like this show's great. I love every bit of it. Like I'm cutting myself off there because I could just rant about Dawn to Dawn. And I got out of the exam today, and I decided to eat out. You know, I was calling on my phone, like I said, with my mom. I was like, I'm debating eating out, but I have food at home. She was like, go eat out. You had an exam. I'm like, okay, you don't tell me twice. And I get home and I'm like, I wonder what I'll watch. I was like, oh my god, Donna Don's on, and I felt like a kid. Mein Mutti gekauft mir eine Cola trinken das. Yippie. Und ich spiele Fortnite mit meinen Freunden. Or whatever he says. Ooh, that was a bad line. Frick. Okay, well. Whatever. Don't do the German soda kid meme while drawing, I guess. I've been thinking of making like a flipbook animation one day. Because I've yet to approach drawing digitally, let alone animation. So I feel like that'd be a good in between. Mein Gott, Leute, meine Mama hat mir ein Fach erlaubt, dass ich Cola trinken darf. Wie cool ist das bitte? Jetzt zocke ich Fortnite und trink Cola. Yippie. I've never seen the word suck before. Is this like Austrian German? I've never heard this one. Titty mentioned? I'll allow titty. The genius? It's on genius. Bro, what? I mean, I'm not good at German, so like it could be literally just like main German. I've just never heard it before. Uh, when did I mention titty? Oh, titty ceiling light. There we go. Sorry. Took me a second. I'm thinking about adding titty. Yeah, I'll add titty to Yippee, but it's jazz. TBH creature, dude. I forgot TBH creature 1 existed, and 2, its genesis was the kid drinking cola and playing Fortnite. God, that creature was everywhere for a bit. Hope it's doing well. I've heard it by a much different name, um, but I know of that one. One thing that's been helping me get out of the bed. This is a completely just unrelated topic. One thing that's been helping me get out of bed as of recent is making breakfast, which is weird. But like I've been making breakfast, like I would just like usually eat oatmeal like most days, or yogurt, oatmeal or yogurt most days last semester. And that was like a contentious point, but what I've been doing now is I make like English muffin breakfast sandwiches, tacos, or these like more elaborate meals, and I like actually sit down, have tea and like watch something that I thoroughly enjoy. Because I have the space to do that now. Because I wake up early enough in the mornings to go to the gym, it's like quite literally a reward to have a slower, nicer morning now. And some I am pressured, like I have a class at 9:35, and I get back from the gym at 8, so like 8:20, so I have to kind of hurry. But it's done wonders for my productivity. And in a way, Wordle has too, because some mornings I like want to go back to sleep, so I just do the Wordle right as I wake up. And sure, it's more time in bed, but like it's also a wonderful way of like getting my brain running. And I'd rather that like 5 more minutes or however long. It's most of the time I don't complete it, but just to wake me up instead of falling back asleep and wasting 30 minutes. College is all about self-discovery, guys. And Wordle is my self-discovery. No. Yo, what's up, James? Hello, hello. How art thou doing? Okay, this corner is just bothering me so much. We're taping it down. Uh-oh. Did I like tear the tape too cleanly? No. I'm doing pretty good for the. I'm not gonna say the first time in a while, but like, this is definitely a high point. Those who do. Or is it like those who don't? No, because that's D apostrophe OH. I've never been. Hot take, guys. I can understand why people enjoy it. I just don't. I like Family Guy, Simpsons, not American Family, American Dad. Futurama's less in that zone. I've heard like the humor is a bit more quote unquote advanced, but do re mi fa sol la ti da. I don't know. Actually, no. I should know it because of the amount of times that my parents made me listen to that one song. And oh my god, do re mi, the female deer. What is it? Sound of Music. Gamer. The amount of times my parents. La-dee-do. I do not have a singing voice, sadly. But if you try hard enough, you can. No, I don't care. I will not. I will never have a singing voice. I'll do one good Sonic impression, and that's my peak. Nothing more, nothing less. Oh, that's what I was trying to. When we were talking about Vinny earlier, I was trying to remember what I listened to last night. Vinny Cry of Fear playthrough. Probably my bread and butter if I need something to go to sleep. And there's a voice acting stint at the beginning of Cry of Fear. From like the developer of the game or whatever. But like, I thought it was Vinny for the first bit. until I heard Vinny talking at like the same time. I was like, oh. Typically, I'm not a huge fan because I'm weird of when YouTubers do voices for their characters. No, this is bad. Once again, it's just my brain. Uh, but Vinny's always like, please. When he did voice acting for, it was that one, in my opinion, underrated, but it got really popular. Horror, non-linear horror game, more like psychological horror. Mouthwashing. When he did voice acting for Mouthwashing, oof, that was great. Oof in a good way. What song is this? I'm bringing this up because I keep forgetting to talk about this on stream, and I feel like I need to. A couple days ago, the answer for the Wordle was might, and one of my favorite hobbies is putting hints for the Wordle just randomly in chat. And so underneath that Wordle, I said I might be goated, and then I forgot to reveal that, like, that was a hint for the Wordle. So I feel kind of gross being like, I might be goated. I'm so good at Wordle. Like, I didn't mean to do that, but. And then the other day, it was tricky. Or no, trick. And I was going to say, oh, that Wordle was tricky. But I felt like that one was too direct. It's my favorite thing. But I can only do this trick sparingly, because if I give a hint every day. I'm scared that if Uncomfortable ever joins the stream and like enters chat, I'm going to instinctively say, hello, professor. I always call all my professors professor, because like either I'll mispronounce their name or I won't use like doctorate or Mr. or Mrs. or like not doctorate, doctor, right? So I just say like professor. And I feel like Uncomfortable occupies that same state space in my head. I don't look at chat first thing anymore. It's Wordle or die. Oh, that's great. I'm early enough in the morning for chat to be relatively dead, except for like maybe Mata and /cut interacting a little bit. I always scan. I look at art share. I think that's the first thing I do whenever I open up Discord, like during the day, is I look at art share. Same thing with the Drawbox Discord. I'm a permanent lurker in art share channels. What the hell? I'm like, this line is tripping me up so much. Okay, I think this is it. Same here. But yeah, I have interacted with. I've broken my lurkage. I don't like that word. I retract that. I look at it maybe a couple times a week. I need to do it more though. But like, I don't blame you guys because you aren't like actively doing the course, right? God, I just thought I was wearing my school ring for a second. I was like, oh great, I just doxed myself. Like I feel it on my finger, and I was like, dude, oh, I need a second, dude. That was way too intense. What the hell? It's like not even that big of a deal, but oh, assignment won't do it. Are you gonna do official critique? I want to. Oh man, I need. I don't even want to at this point. I need to start grading, like giving back and giving critiques. That's the thing, though. I feel most qualified to like critique lesson 4 and 5, even though realistically I should only be doing like lesson 0 or 1 or lesson 1. Yeah, schools give out rings and they're like, show your swag, man. I'm a ring enjoyer. You said your name in Discord chat. I feel that. Like the fact that I haven't said my real life name yet. Ugh. Oh, like Discord voice chat. Sorry. Yeah, that's how it usually goes for me. Is I tell us. I mean, earlier this stream I was talking about or maybe it was yesterday's stream. I said every time I say Cav, just know that there's a little gremlin in my brain like flipping levers really fast, like switching context. Cavel's my secret alternative identity. Nerdy student by day, nerdy student by night. I've been saying it out loud, bear mug, when I type, so it should be good. That's smart. Until you call yourself like Cavel in front of other people. Yeah, I talked about this the other stream. One of my favorite, my roommates introduced me to this concept, or like just this thing to do as a bit. Whenever like something funny happens, or like just quote unquote awkward, not actually awkward, I do the collar tug. That is the easiest way to make someone laugh, is just to do the collar tug. Like you guys can't see it, but you like grab your collar and go like this. Put that in your arsenal. It's a very good laugh. There you go. One of the person I think that I've ever watched, my friend introduced me to this YouTuber. He was popular, but I never watched him. Simple Flips has probably the favorite laugh ever. Like there's I love his laugh. It's adorable. I don't wear collars because I'm not a dog. Bear Mug, do you think I'm walking around with a collar on? No shame in it, but like I remember one time I was touring Purdue University, which is a university I really wanted to go to. And I was there, I think I was with my mom, and like we were walking down a street. There was literally just a dude, completely normal clothes or whatever, and like holding a leash, and the leash was like a person just walking on all fours, and like this crazy awesome outfit. I'm like, oh my god, shout out Purdue. Don't know what's going on over there, but shout out. And it was like broad daylight. It's the middle of summer, so like hell yeah. I don't, not in the words of Bear Mug, yucking anyone's yum. Like it's too thick. Yeah, it's just like it's a like I can only have respect for it. But really in the summer, like the pavement's hot. And like outside, dude, like the concrete, that's my only concerns. Cuz like it's a college town, who really cares? But like I wouldn't want to walk like put my hands on like the pavement and the sidewalk. One thing I will give Purdue when I visited it, it was extremely clean. I'm not sure it's a college town, so like non-summer, it's probably much worse than that. But when I was there, it was extremely nice. Shout out Purdue. Very big campus as well. This box is giving me some mental issues today. I don't know what's going on, like mental, hard to calculate. I want to go to Hawaii now. Buying tickets right after stream. I forgot to breathe for like a solid minute there. I do want to do a heart rate monitor. You saw a baby seal on the shore? Dude. Do you have a picture? You want to go to Costco? That's also real. Or was this in Hawaii? Very nice. What if they had seals at Costco? Gotta think big here. Sorry, I should not do that out of context. Hawaii. Shout out. Ooh, heck yeah. So guys, this face is a lot more square than this face, in my humble opinion. Which is funny how often this accident happens. I have to like do some pretty big cylinders here. To like this feels more square, so screw it. We'll put the we'll put it there. Yort? I feel like I'm forgetting something, but because like this does not feel square. Kind of wobbled there. Oops. Oopsie daisy. I don't know why I said that. Like, I'm sorry. Jeez. Dude, I don't understand why my upstairs neighbor sometimes just feels like three big stomps and then they're done for the night. No! Also, you are not a Dumbo idiot for deleting seal pictures, but that is unfortunate. May it live in your head forever now. The Ballad of the Hawaiian Seal. That sounds like a name of a like a CS:GO gun. I don't know. Like I would if I played CS:GO and I wanted to name something really stupid, the Ballad of the Hawaiian Seal. Or I feel like that has the same structure and rhythm as like some attack names in anime. Also in Stray Cats, heck yeah. I alt tabbed. Okay. I like larger cylinders a little bit more. I'm not too opposed to those. I like drawing them larger on the page, I should say. Nice. Your uncle is coming home Monday. Heck yeah. Shout out Jim's uncle. Huge. Oh wait, Gravel's back from exploring. I swear to God, if it's about Baby Shark again, I am punting this tiny bird. What is it, Gravel? What have you brought me today? Superman. Super fast. I'd rather be super fast rather than super strong. I still feel bad for lying to Gravel about me liking the night or day more. Which part of the day do you guys like more, the night or the day? I like the day. Because I'm cool in epic sauce. Day. Shut up. I feel like night's a cop out because I feel like most of our lives have been spent sleeping during the night. So what do we know? What do we actually know about the night compared to the day? I'm joking, by the way. Cool. My favorite part of the day is I get to see things and I don't feel unsafe. But night has a calmness to it because it doesn't have any more chaos of the day. It's over and you get to look forward to the next one. So, and you get to sleep, which is epic. Go to bed at 5 a.m. Feel like you'd be able to change sleep schedules with like somewhere in Europe very quickly. Like we could just put you in like, I don't know, Spain. Someone told Kat there's 3 libs, dude. 3 pounds of Cheez-Its at Costco. I don't think we should tell her that. For her own safety. Guys, I have a confession. I've never been to Costco before, but my roommate has a Costco card. And so I want him to take me one of these days just for the experience. I don't really intend to buy anything because my local grocery store has like comparable deals and it just has everything I want. So like, of course I know Costco is cheaper, but especially if your friend has the card. Are you allowed to bring friends into Costco? Maybe if they're not going to buy anything. Ah, gotcha. Makes sense. I just realized I did this somewhat incorrectly. I was supposed to do it from the square plane. Oh, wait, no. So, yeah, this is the square plane now, so I should do it from here. It changed. Strange. Sorry, what was the question? Yes. Huge. Glad a normie like me can enter the kingdom of Costco. All I know is that they have like a food store inside of it, like you could buy the hot dog or whatever. I just want to see what options they have. Because I'm not a huge fan of hot dogs, but the experience, right? That's what I'm paying for. Anyways, I'm going to take a quick sip of water, do the ellipses. Yeah. My name's Kavel Dross, and I drew 250 cylinders. Here's what I learned. And it's like a 10-minute video just for the ad revenue. Do that. No. Both of them trapped by the Costco catalog. Bear, I think I'm just going to go to bed immediately after stream, but I will let you know when I finish the art parents thing. If anything, I'll just give you a list of my favorite, but I know for a fact that just looking at art of creators is much more efficient than clicking on each one of their socials. But I think if they have vanilla beans, might try the rum and beans to make vanilla extract. Ooh, very neat. I mean this in a good way, but like that's extra. But like I love like that. That sounds so fun. Like hell, if someone invited me, they're like, "Hey, I'm making vanilla bean extract this week." I'm like, "Count me in, dude." What? Jums up. Homemade vanilla extract. That sounds awesome. Maybe I should bake something with my sister one day. I haven't like baked bacon. I get the cookie dough from the store and then, but like I wouldn't consider that. You know, you make one dish, you're not a cook, right? You take out the trash once, you're not a garbage collector. Actually, I'm not sure if that's the same analogy to be applied here, but you know what I mean. I keep denting. Like, see this dent and this dent? I'm like a mom on Facebook groups too. Yoink. 3K for a chicken barn? Okay, wait, now I gotta look this up. What does this chicken barn look like? Because I could live there if I need. Oh. I think I'm looking at the same one as you. $2,699.99. Online only, like Xylina? There's someone walking in the courtyard underneath my window and it's dark and it scared me. Xylina Modern Chicken Barn. And dude, I would live inside of that. What? You know those Minecraft videos where it's like, look at this 2x2x2 Minecraft house? Like, I'll do that. Hell yeah. What else do I need? I have a front porch. I have an interior zone. I have that like little hatch outside, which I'm assuming is for like checking in on the like hens from above. But like I can maybe put like, I don't know. I could turn to a rainwater reservoir. Guys, I just want cheap property. They're like, I want quail. I've talked about this before because just someone told me once quail are like easier, like need a smaller square footage and are more nutritious eggs. And there's a Drawbox member who has sent pictures of quail. Their family owned quail. I've never had one, or at least not that I know of. Nice. Some? Ooh. Quail or chickens? Look at all those chickens. Sorry. Cool. Quail. Huge. Cool. As a short review, small dent in the ellipse. It's cool that we changed it to a more square face. Just out of happenstance. I think it turned out pretty well. Did good job on being careful of projecting right there. Just gotta work on that. Yeah, some dents in the side. I don't know why that keeps happening. Caramel popcorn ice cream sandwich. I'm sorry, but that makes me sad. Maybe actually. I imagined like the like chocolate parts of a ice cream sandwich in that, and that's what made me like kind of. Anyways, cool. So everybody, we're gonna call it here. Cylinder stream 97, cylinder 247 complete. We will be returning tomorrow for some 50% Friday, where we're probably just gonna texture, have some fun, looking at Hataya's stuff, maybe just doing a run around, taking it easy. Then we'll be hitting it hard for the remaining 3 cylinders on Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday, which hopefully, barring anything, which could happen, is our 250th cylinder, where I'm going to buy a cake. I'm going to show it off on stream for like 3 seconds, and I'm going to go eat it with my roommate, hopefully. All things go to plan. But once again, thank you all for joining me tonight. Thank you, Cat, Bear, Jims. I think that was everybody. Maybe someone stopped by. I'm forgetting them. If I did, I apologize. Anyone watching who didn't say anything, thank you for watching. And anyone in the future who's watching the VOD, you're a weird VOD watcher, but I still appreciate your company. So, once again, thank you all, and I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now. I mashed buttons.